What's good? Welcome back. Another day, another modern day Mentzer video. And this one, it's a good one. We're going to cover some, again, pretty basic stuff. We usually cover some pretty basic stuff. But it turns out it's not basic to a lot of you. And that's why I'm here, to talk about it. And that basic thing is a routine. What are you doing throughout the day? What are you doing to be productive? Are you just being a lazy bum? A couch potato of sorts? What are you doing? But no, seriously, what are you doing? Are you actually being productive? Because if not, then this is as simple as it gets, as easy as it gets, and it's going to put you in the right state of mind to start making big strides in your life. I know it did for me, and it's probably going to for you. If you apply it, if you don't apply any of this information that I give you, you're just doing yourself a disservice, and that's on you. I can't help you with that. It's all up here at the end of the day. It's whether you want to do it or not. But before we even get into the routine, I thought I'd talk about these guys. Quick interjection. Uh, we don't talk about a routine in this video. I just go on a complete tirade about books, so enjoy the book talk. These books over here. Honestly, I think books changed my life and how I view the world. And I tell everybody they should be reading. If you're not reading, you're just missing out on knowledge, everyday knowledge. And not even everyday knowledge, advanced knowledge, specifically mindset wise. The books that I'm about to show you are like the foundation for getting to the point where you envision yourself in a year's time where it's like, damn, that dude crushes. That dude is who I want to be. You can be that dude or that girl. Shout out to the girls watching this. You can be Himothy, I'm telling you. And these three books are it. Foundation pieces right here. Absolutely. So I got a couple books just chilling. My collection is actually starting to cook. I might need a little bookshelf here sooner rather than later. But the big three that I want to talk about specifically, number one, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Number two, Think and Grow Rich. And number three, which I should have read way back in college, and I was too lazy not to, and I wish I would have, is How to Win Friends and Influence People. All these three books are foundational pieces to your life and how you carry yourself and how you view the world. I think the simplest way to start is just with Rich Dad Poor Dad. I feel like this is what a good majority of people read on their way to thinking positively and wanting to know more about money. I mean, it's a lot of simple stuff in here. Basically, it's like a asset sheet, balance sheet, your assets versus your liabilities, how you accumulate wealth over time through real estate, stocks, basically just being a smart investor in general. And Robert Kiyosaki, I mean, he's just an uber smart dude. He got into real estate way back in the 70s out in Arizona, Las Vegas area. So he's been killing it. He's been killing it for a long time. And now he's like a huge talking head. That's just how it goes. It's kind of like how Warren Buffett is, but he's got other books too. I eventually want to get to them. Trying to find them. Yeah, so he's got Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Cash Flow Quadrant, which is one that I probably want to read. And there's just a guide to investing. But other than that, very, very good book. I mean, like it says, it's literally the number one personal finance book of all time. You can't go wrong with it. You cannot go wrong with it. And the principles apply to this day. At the end of the day, it just comes down to being smart, like knowing where your money's going and how you're using it, where you want to be spending it, what you can get rid of, a bunch of different things. And by the way, your house isn't an asset. Number two, Think and Grow Rich. I would honestly put this book over Rich Dad Poor Dad, just for the sheer fact is it just opened up my eyes to the amount of possibilities out there. I also apologize if I sound super nasally. The allergies are destroying me. And I was just talking shit about like, yeah, I'm out of my allergies phase. They don't affect me anymore. No, karma. Karma. Literally just bit me on the ass so hard. I woke up the other day like, oh, shit. Just, nope, wasn't happening. Nasal spray. The Zyzol's on standby. And I was around dogs all day too. I'm like super allergic to dogs, so I just got like double uppercut from Mike Tyson out here. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do besides take your Zyzol? Back to Think and Grow Rich. Super awesome book. I mean, the shit that it talks about here, I don't even think most people would think of on a daily basis. I mean, each chapter is just full of really, really, really good knowledge. Anything from literally the physical to the spiritual. The the one chapter that really blows my mind in here. It's the sixth sense, the door to the temple of wisdom, and also how to outwit the six ghosts of fear. He literally has a council of like the smartest people to ever exist, like sit in his mind because he envisioned it. He envisioned these people being there in his dream state, counseling on his every move, telling him if he's doing the right thing or doing the wrong thing, and seeing if he's on the right path. And I'm not going to spoil it, but there's one part in the book where he kind of gets off his path and he has an experience that literally shakes him to his core via the council, and it completely changed his trajectory. Like he was trending downward, and as soon as that incident happened, he just mooned. He went straight to the moon. So Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, super good shit. Another really interesting point that I was actually talking about with one of my girls was chapter 11, The Mystery of Sex Transmutation. And when I first read the chapter, I was like, there's no way. This doesn't make sense. Sex transmutes to positive thinking and creative intuition. I was like, what? But it kind of makes sense, dude. It kind of makes sense. And the reason why is because when you truly love somebody or you have a deep connection with them and they want to see you do well and they boost you up and they're an asset in a lot of different ways to you, mentally, physically, spiritually, you do want to do better. Like you actually do. You want to progress and be a better man. You want to make strides in your life, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones, your girl, your family members, your friends, everything. So he has a lot of good talking points in here. I mean, the basic stuff about money and investing and how you carry yourself is also a huge one. Talks about faith in here, faith in God, and yeah, super good stuff. Organized planning, huge, huge. He's the one who put me on writing down your goals step by step. Step by step. Look at them every day. So you visualize what you're going to be doing and then you act on it. And it's a lot easier to put it out step by step, look at it, visualize it, and then start cooking. And then you start cooking, quite literally. So yeah, I would recommend, no, I lie. Read Rich Dad Poor Dad first. Then you read Think and Grow Rich. I think Rich Dad Poor Dad is a good preface because honestly, this book is kind of intense. It's not like 48 Laws of Power intense, but this one's pretty intense. But it covers a lot of great shit. I will say that. And then finally, this helped me in all my everyday situations when I talk to people or how I interact, how I carry myself, the way I structure conversations. Because it's like I'm dribbling a basketball the whole time and I'm just passing it to them and letting them dribble. And I can just steal the ball back whenever. That's honestly kind of how sales work. I'm not going to lie. This is a sales structured book. But you can use it in every facet of life. So How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Super solid book. Covers how you interact with people, how you structure your conversations. You're asking questions about them, and you're just flowing with it. I literally had this happen the other day. I love French Bulldogs. Went to a coffee shop. Awesome French Bulldog chilling. I could tell it was a male right away. I was like, nice, how old is he? He was like, oh, he's like 6 months old. I was like, I could tell he's kind of small. He seems like a trooper, though. What's his name? And he goes, Chief. I was like, yeah, this dude looks like a chief. You have a good personality? He's like, yeah. And you can just flow, dude. It's so easy. You just keep ripping questions. Just keep asking questions, keeping them engaged, asking questions that they'd probably like to hear. And then you can preface that into whatever conversation you want. Like, where are you from, dude? Like, how you end up in this town? Why are you outside this coffee shop right now? Like, dude, there is so many. This book is crazy. This book is crazy. Let me read over some of the start points that I have, because I have a couple in here. And then the chapters itself, like themselves, look at that verbiage, that wordage, is huge. Just real life stories, real life interactions. You know, these were back in the 30s, but they apply today pretty heavily. as far as just being a good, genuine person, wanting to see the best out of other people, and putting good nature and good light in other people's eyes through your actions and your words. It doesn't get much better than that, man. Yeah, highly recommend. This is a foundation piece, all three of these. I might have been a little all over there, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little stuffy, but no excuses. I get excited talking about books, specifically these ones, because I know that they change lives. They do. They change lives. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Multiple people. And I'm going to put as many people on as I can, especially those around me, watching these videos. Because if you're watching these videos, you want to succeed, you want to do something, you want to be somebody. So I'm putting you on. You're welcome. How to Win Friends and Influence People, Think and Grow Rich, and Rich Dad Poor Dad. Need I say more? Actually, I will say more, because now that I'm looking at the books, I can point out a couple other ones that I really like. If you're struggling with the ladies, boys, this one's for you. Mark Manson is that dude. He has really cool books. I want to order a couple more of his books. He has one. It's like The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That one looks sick. Definitely want to read that. But this one's Models Attract Women Through Honesty. And he hits the nail on the head. You know, every time I've lied to a woman, they can usually sniff it out pretty good. Because, one, I'm a bad liar. I smile when I lie. Not cool. But also, you just want to be a genuine person in general, in any setting. And this book is a great setup for that. So all my dudes struggling, feel like they can't get a woman or they just suck in general, that's your book, dude. If you like some philosophy, definitely read Meditations. Gorgeous book too. Look at that. Shimmer, shimmer, glitter, glitter. And if you've never read philosophy before, especially old timey, it can be a little hard to read, but the points and lessons taught in here still apply to this day. They really do. They really, really do. And one last book that I could recommend, honestly, I think it would be this book. I literally just finished it, but it was really, really good. It's called The Psychology of Money. Basically, it goes over when you invest, don't invest according to other people's agendas because everybody's different. Everybody's investing strategies are different because they have different purposes that go with that. So you want to invest in your own interest, develop your own strategy. You can base that off of other people's strategies, but if somebody wants to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, the risk is going to be way greater. And if you don't want to risk a lot of money and you are looking for a longer outlook on your savings, on your earnings, on your investings, then you have to switch it up and go more the long-term route, whether that be like index funds, which is probably the best bet. If you want to go long-term, index funds are your best bet. But also just staying in the news, seeing what's going on, who's doing what and what company that you're invested in. See if there's any products coming out, like how Nvidia had the AI announcement and now they're having a conference about it. People made bank off of that. Nancy Pelosi looking at you. But super good book as well. Also teaches you some just management skills. Talks about wealth and greed. I think one of the biggest lessons that I liked from this book was how closely luck and risk are intertwined, because if you want that fruit, you got to go out on that limb. And it may crack, snap, and fall, and you may break an arm. But if you get out there and you get that fruit and you climb back or you jump off the tree unharmed, dude, you made it. All it takes is that one try, though. You only have to get lucky once. But if you're greedy with it, you will lose it. And I think that's a really good lesson. But yeah, those are some other books. I think that's all I really wanted to cover. I really did only want to cover the foundational pieces over here. But I love books, man. Everybody should read books. I was like thinking I'm a nerd for reading books for such a long time. But honestly, I embraced it. Like, I love who I am at this point. So books are me. They are a part of me. They are an extension of my knowledge. And you should do the same. Highly recommend. So, time to hit the gym. I'm going to do shoulders, going to do legs, and then I'm going to get out. I want to get in and out today. I'm probably not going to record my dead hangs and just me being a monkey warming up. I'm just going to get straight into it, start crack-a-lacking, and get out of there. All right. I'll see you in the gym. Alright, guys, so I kind of dung goofed. I kind of did a big dung goof, and I forgot my attachment piece to hold my phone on my little tripod. So we make do with what we got. I wasn't upset when I got to the gym because you know why? I said this is an opportunity to do something different, and that's exactly what I did. So I'm really just gonna show you like a little grocery haul. It's nothing much. Honestly, half of it's going to a stew that I'm making. A stew for the boys. It should be good. It's like a whole chuck steak. I just got it sitting in the fridge from a fresh cow that's like a year old, a fresh one. But yeah, I'm just gonna run through it real quick and show you that it's not that expensive to eat healthy. All right, so this is the spread we got. That's all the stew products. Actually, I lie. These are avocados. These stay over here. These are all the stew products over here. So we got some potatoes, tomato paste. I got wine. I never drink wine, but apparently this is good cooking wine. And then celery, carrots, beef broth. And honestly, most of these onions are going to go in with my meats over here. So what are we working with? Ground beef, a big old steak, some chicken breasts, but my personal favorite, chicken thighs. Banger. Banger proteins right there. More proteins. As far as the eggs go, got some raw cheeses. What we got? I think it's a extra sharp and a cheddar cheese. That sounds absolutely fire. I'm not even gonna lie. More protein as far as the bone broth goes. I actually like mixing milk into my eggs. Has a little bit of a creamier texture, but it's pretty fire, so I like it. And I foresaw that I would have extra celery, so I was craving some peanut butter as well, so it kind of worked out. Got some creamy, no salt peanut butter. Should be a slapper. And then as far as my carbs go for fruits, I got some. I never had wild blueberries before. I heard really good things about them. So I just sent it and I got a pack. And then I also got some dried mangoes. I've had the ones on the left before, never had the ones on the right, but they're the same price. So thought I'd experiment. And then lastly, just some fresh blueberries for a little bit of extra bounce. So this will easily last me a week. Easy. I mean, I'm looking at maybe 6 meals here, including the stew. It's probably like 7 or 8 because I'm cooking for the boys, so there's at least gonna be one bowl left over. But yeah, the whole thing came out to like 125 bucks, which personally to me, that's not bad. I make do with that. I crush that. You can obviously eat a lot cheaper, but for me, I'm okay with spending my money on good food because I know it's fueling something great. And if you're not eating good food, you're gonna feel it. Honestly, I feel it mentally when I don't eat well, which is the biggest reason why I eat healthy, if I'm being honest. No more brain fog for me. But yeah, this is what we're working with. It's time to devour. I'm making some chicken thighs with onion, with cheese, with berries. I had to think about that. I was like, wait a minute, what else did I just get? With some blueberries. So that's it for this video. Really, 8 episodes deep at this point in time, which that's not bad. Most people give up after like 3 videos. Not me, fam. Not me. We gonna see this shit through for real. But hey, you guys take it easy. I appreciate those that watch, brother. Sketch moment. I appreciate you guys that watch because I know you're actually getting some value from this, and you're seeing what it's like to be in a positive state and still trying to achieve great things. Because you put yourself in very good positions when you think like this and you act like this. I'm already seeing the fruits of my labor. It's been 6 months, maybe 5 months, and still, dude, so much more growth to go. It's insane. I'm excited. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great one.